So I'm Stacy, this is Holly, Karina, Albert, Jake, and Christina, and we did Uber as a case study, and we looked at their hashtag #UberFail back in November of 2014. So basically, Uber started in 2009 in San Francisco by Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp, and has been growing and increasing in popularity since then. They are estimated to be about $18.2 billion and have their service in over 50 countries and 250 cities. So we have a roadmap going on their infographic, and to start us off with that, Uber had latent issues of sexism before their triggering event even happened in November, and so Albert will take it away with the triggering event.
So the triggering event was Senior Vice President Emil Michael was at a dinner party in New York City, and he was among a group of people, and in the group of people was a editor from BuzzFeed, the online website. He was a reporter. So he was complaining, he was talking to this guy, his name was Ben Smith. He was talking to Ben about all the stuff that Uber failed and how mad he was, how the media had been like hounding him and like coming up with stories, all this negative publicity, you know, and he kind of threw it out there. He said, well, how about if we spent millions of dollars and went out and hired our own people to do some digging on these reporters and then throw their dirt out there, you know, so just let them see how it goes. So his human error was he let his guard down. He was talking to people he didn't know who he was talking to, and he kind of made some idle threats and promised to follow through with them. And in particular, he was targeting this one editor from Pando Daily, which is a tech website where they actually write about, they did a lot of negative press about Uber, and so Christina will talk about Pando Daily.
Yeah. So the specific editor her name was Sarah Lacy, and she wrote an article that talked about how she was going to delete her Uber app because of the sexism and misogyny that the company was producing with its partnership, supposedly, with a French escort service. And so from there, after hearing about this, Michael was at the dinner party was saying, you know, Sarah, we need to dig up more information, like you said, and that any woman that deletes their app after Sarah made this statement and is sexually assaulted, Sarah should be responsible for that. And so from there, Holly's going to talk about the next issue.
So there's only a few people that knew about this whole event on that Monday night at the dinner party. It was a smoldering crisis because it all stayed internal until BuzzFeed reported on it and published the article. Once BuzzFeed published that article, then Sarah Lacy tweeted about it. Once she tweeted about it, all of her followers also tweeted as well, and then it became a Uber viral tweet. So all that was left to do at this point was damage control, and Karina's going to tell you about that.
So Uber's first real mistake is that they didn't have a PR plan, a PR team originally. They had they didn't hire a PR firm after all this went down. They simply, in an attempt to be reactive to the situation, they had their company president, Kalanick, tweet a 14-tweet apology that a lot of people really said came off as very insincere, and it was criticized for a lot of different reasons. People said that it really seemed like more of an internal memo to the company, and that it really seemed more like a PR plan that they were telling. He states that Michael's actions had nothing to do with the company, and that they would really need to focus on progress and moving forward and all this stuff, and it really didn't seem like a very sincere apology. And on top of that, he didn't even apologize to the journalist Lacy until the very last 14th tweet, and making it really seem like an afterthought of an apology. And then on top of that, it was criticized for being way later after, so it really seemed like they only said sorry because they had to. And he also, even though he criticized the employee Michael, who was responsible for the whole event, they didn't really do anything to follow up on that. They didn't fire him or anything like that. So a lot of people really just said it kind of made the situation uber worse, and it really wasn't much of a PR solution. So Jake's going to finish.
So basically what we can learn from that is be sincere in your apology. I know it's kind of a given, but hello, come on. Don't ever say, I didn't intend for this to happen. Who intends for some crisis management they have to take care of? Get some PR counsel. They have $18.2 billion. Obviously, they can afford it. But despite all this, and despite all drama and the misogynistic persona they have now, profits haven't gone down, riders haven't gone down, and drivers haven't gone down. It's actually kind of all gone up. So. Oh, it's just